Hey, what up? What up? Just want to make another quick video. Sort of, kind of piggyback off my last video in regards of the this being the situation with the Tyson Fury cheating being bigger than just boxing, but the situation being beyond that, and it's clearly like a race or yeah, it's clearly a race thing at this point. This is not the first time that there has been people cheating in the sport of boxing before. This ain't the first time where race has played into a certain situation, whether it's sports or something, or entertainment or bias. But I just want to use this as a highlight of, or a reminder of what we're going through in terms of as people. Well, in terms of what we're going through as people, and it is now, going. Now that I think about it, looking back at the fight and seeing it in real time, seeing the fight in real time and then seeing the fight a second or third time is always different, no matter what the fight is. Whether you think the person cheated or not, or whatever, just looking at a fight, putting cheating to a side, just looking at a fight a second or third time is always different than your first time. So your first time is always, you're always on adrenaline, or you can say high emotion, whatever, because you want a certain person to win, or it is what it is. But looking at a fight a second or third time is always different. But even in your first initial fight, first time watching the fight live, you still have some things that you're thinking in the time of the fight, but you just don't want to say it sometimes, or you may put that in the back of your subconscious mind. But one thing I did recognize at the fight, watching Deontay Wilder fight, and it's not because other people have said it, or other people have said it in terms of in their videos, but one thing I did notice is that Deontay Wilder, when he fought that fight, when I was watching the fight, I'm like, this guy has no balance. This guy has no balance. I've never seen Deontay Wilder like having like balance issues, or balance issues in that degree. So like, it was weird to me that he was stumbling so much. Like, let's use an example at when he fought Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz was the first person to ever get um Deontay Wilder in trouble like that, or hurt like that. You know what I'm saying? But even in that time when he was getting hurt by Luis Ortiz, he didn't have balance issues, or he was still upright, or he still had some type of balance to him, even though he was getting hurt by Luis Ortiz. And Luis Ortiz is known as a power puncher, or someone who has power. You know what I'm saying? Now you come into the Tyson Fury fight. Aside from him getting hurt from Tyson Fury, he just looked like he had no balance, or he couldn't hold himself up. And another thing is, Tyson Fury is not known as a power puncher like that. Now they're all gonna say that every heavyweight has power, which is true to a certain degree. Yes, every heavyweight has power. Every heavyweight can knock someone out, or every heavyweight. Anytime you go to a heavyweight match, there's a good chance someone getting knocked out. I understand that, but putting that to a side for a second, Tyson Fury is not known as a knockout artist or a devastating puncher like that. He has power, he has pop, yes, he can hurt people, but was never known for knocking people out, or like hurting people like that. He's more so a skilled fighter, and he's gonna put a boxing clinic on you. That's what he's known for. So for him to hurt Deontay Wilder like that so easily within the first couple rounds was really a big shocker. He didn't do that in the first match. So it was a shocker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if Luis Ortiz couldn't really stop Deontay Wilder like that, I didn't understand how Tyson Fury had that. Granted, you can't really. It's hard to measure or put a barometer on power because you just really can't really like that. But if you're gonna look at an eye test, and I guess you look from in terms of record, in terms of how many knockouts I have, he's you would say that Lucy Ortiz is the bigger puncher. So I don't understand how all of a sudden overnight, Tyson Fury had punching power like that all of a sudden. So that's just really questioning to me. But like I said from the beginning, this is bigger than boxing. You know what I'm saying? This issue is bigger than boxing. It's clearly racial. It's clearly racial. But people are gonna try to deny that and try to diminish that and use reverse psychology to say you're just hating or why it's always gotta be a racial issue. Like I said in the last video, everything's about race in every segment. In every segment or section of life, everything's about race. No one's, you can't try to turn a blind eye to that. You know what I'm saying? Let the other people, let them say that, but you gotta be able to see that this is just, it's bigger than boxing. So, would it be crazy if I were to allegedly say that Deontay Wilder was drugged? Um, I mean, that is a possibility. I'm not the first person to say this. I'm not the first person to say that. But given that, just putting two and two together of what I initially thought watching the fight and seeing that he had no balance from like the first couple of rounds or the first couple of punches he took from Tyson Fury, or he just looked wobbly, or he just looked very lethargic. He did look lethargic going into the fight. Going into the fight, seeing him at the ring. Initially, you're not going to say anything because you want to see the fight, but looking back at it, or looking at the fight a second or third time, like he looked really lethargic. Like, and another thing is, it looked like he had no burst. And this is how I know we allegedly saying that he may have been drugged. And this is one proof that I have. You look at the Luis Ortiz fight and compare that to when he got hurt, I think in the 7th round, and he was really hurt. But then after Luis Ortiz tired himself out, and then you see Deontay Wilder, you know, burst back at him with a flurry of combinations. He didn't do that this fight, or he didn't look like he had any of that type of energy or that type of that he didn't have any of that type of zealous or passion to do that this fight. So this situation has a lot of nuances, a lot of variables to the situation. And so would it be crazy if we alleged that Deontay Wilder was drugged? I don't think so. I don't think it's far-fetched. Do we have any concrete proof with this one? Nah. With this one we're alleging with, or I'm alleging, we don't have any concrete proof with that. But with the gloves and everything else, we have totally concrete proof. Things that you can tangibly see with your own eyes that he was cheated. But this, I can assume that he was drugged, and this is not the first time people or boxers have been drugged in boxing matches. It's not the first time, you know. George Foreman allegedly said that his water was tampered with before. So, could have any of Deontay Wilder's food or water, whatever it could be, had been tampered with? Who knows? But all I can say from my perspective, as looking at the fight before and looking at the initial time, the first time I saw it, and the second time, Deontay Wilder balance was off. You know, like I said, this is bigger than boxing. I wouldn't put it past that they did that. I would not put it past that they did that. So, just my thoughts on that. And we gotta understand that. Also, we gotta understand that this is not the first time they have been tampering with with people's livelihood, or even this is not the first time they even rigged the match. There's been plenty of times where they have rigged matches. So we just got to put everything into perspective and really be honest with ourselves. That's the main thing, being honest. And the thing about it is, people don't like to be honest or like to be truthful with things. A lot of times people like to be in denial, or they like to deflect. And deflect, what I mean by deflecting, they'll say stuff like, "Oh, you're just hating." It's not hate. This is all real talk. So let's be truthful. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll hit y'all later.